Oh my God, Helen, I just heard. After all this time, you were finally blessed with a baby, and you go ahead and have a miscarriage. Huh. Is it true? Having a miscarriage at your age? That's pathetic. I bet you'll never get another chance. That just proves you can't do anything right, can you? Oh, you're worthless. I figured you'd have a snide comment to make about it. I knew it was only a matter of time before you messaged me. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? The last thing I need is harassment from you. What's this? You're the one who had a miscarriage, and now you're acting like you're the victim. You're not the victim. It was. This proves you're a worthless woman and an even more worthless wife. It wouldn't surprise me if your husband left you because of this. I mean, is there any reason for a barren woman to even exist? You can find a woman better than you just by opening the front door. Worthless. Huh. How can you say something like that to me at a time like this? Do you have any idea how much I wanted this child? We were trying for so long to conceive, and I was so happy that we were finally going to have a baby. I did everything I possibly could for this child. Yeah, I heard about all that. I heard that's the excuse you use to get out of doing the housework, isn't it? You should be more like your brother. He does all the housework for me, no matter what it is. He's a good husband to me, because he knows I'm a good wife, and I'm worth it. You don't do anything for anyone. I do the housework for my husband. It had nothing to do with me not wanting to do it. The doctor told me I needed to take things easy once I was pregnant, as it was high risk. That's the only reason I got my husband to help me out more around the house. Yeah, right. Well, tell me this. If the doctor told you to take it easy and you did, then why did you have a miscarriage? Haha. You did absolutely nothing around the house. You were a lazy slob for most of your pregnancy and still couldn't give birth to a healthy baby. So what the heck are you gonna blame this on now? That's exactly what I can't stop thinking about right now. I did everything I was supposed to. I did everything the doctor suggested. So why did this happen to me? Why weren't we blessed with a baby? What are we supposed to do now? Yeah, it must be pretty tough to realize you're not a woman. You can't even do the one thing that sets us apart from men, can you? And I know you were just trying to get me to feel bad for you there, but it isn't going to work. What happened to you is your fault. I've got no sympathy for you. Children are supposed to be what a family is blessed with, but it seems even the Lord himself doesn't want to bless you with a gift like that. I think it's because you're a wicked woman who sits at home doing nothing all day, and you don't even contribute to your family. I think this might be karma, don't you? What? I'm wicked? Just because I didn't do the housework for a few months while I was pregnant? Why do you even care about that? You're not my husband. Because I think there is more to it than that. Tell me the truth. Were you doing a little too much activity during your pregnancy? What? You just accused me of doing nothing. I mean, you were fooling around with another man, weren't you? Ha ha. I bet that's why you were too tired to do the housework for your husband. Isn't that right? And maybe why it put too much stress on the baby. What are you even talking about? Where did you even get an idea like that? I can't believe you would even say that to me, let alone at a time like this. You're horrible. Oh, really? You're not fooling me. I think that innocent and pure act you put on is all fake. I think in reality you're the exact opposite. I bet you wouldn't hesitate to cheat on your man the instant his back is turned. You might be able to fool your husband and even your brother, but you're not fooling me. Where did this come from all of a sudden? I can't believe this. Just stop with this nonsense right now. Just leave me and my husband alone. It's too bad you can't have a kid. My kid is really adorable, and everyone loves her. I guess I kind of do feel bad for you. You'll never be able to have a cute child like mine, haha. My niece is really cute. She's adorable. I agree with that fact. But you don't have to say it to me like that. Oh, you're right, I'm sorry. It just slipped out. I guess it was pretty insensitive of me to say that to you. To a woman who isn't capable of giving birth to her own children. Don't you have anything better to do today than torment me? I've got work to do. Goodbye. You've got work? This fast after having a miscarriage? Wow, you must be really broke. I, on the other hand, am going out to a high-end restaurant tonight. It seems our standards of living is quite different from each other's, huh? Oh, is that so? And after dinner, I'm going out drinking and dancing. It's gonna be great. It's hard being a mom like me. I'm just so busy all the time. That's why I've got to go out and have some time to relax. Now that you're not pregnant anymore, you can drink again, can't you? I suggest you go out and have some drinks sometime too. But not with me, ha ha ha. I'm surprised you have any friends at all. And I don't need you worrying about me.
Hey, Helen, is Angelique there with you? Tell her if she's not going to come home for the night, she should at least message me so I know she's okay. You can tell her that for me, right? She's not answering my text.
Hi, Mario. What are you talking about? What do you mean Angelique didn't come home for the night?
Huh? She told me she's going to go spend the night at your house. Are you saying she didn't?
What? She was never going to spend the night here. The only contact I had with her yesterday was her sending me a bunch of horrible text messages. Why would I let her spend the night here after what she said to me yesterday? You must be out of your mind. I thought she was with you last night.
What? No. And she did what? I thought you and her were good friends. She's been hanging out with you a lot recently. At least, that's what she's been telling me.
What? With me? Why would you think just because I'm your sister? You think I get along with your wife? She's the meanest person I know. I hate her. If you want to know what I think, I can't believe you married her in the first place.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? I thought you two were getting along well. I thought you'd become good friends or something.
Me and Angelique? Getting along? Huh. She texts me every now and then, but it's never anything nice. I think she hates me more than I hate her. You obviously have no idea what she said to me yesterday, do you?
You guys hate each other that much. Are you being serious? Are you saying she wasn't texting you to get to know you better? I thought you two became friends.
No, not even close. Yesterday, she was making fun of me for having a miscarriage. I can't believe anyone would be that insensitive and make fun of someone's baby dying.
She did what?
I don't want to talk about it now. And if she was stupid enough to say she was with me last night, then where the heck was she?
I have no idea. That's what I want to know. She's done this a few times. She said she was going out drinking or dancing with you and was going to stay at your house for the night. I just figured that's what she was doing, so I didn't press her for any more details or anything. But she hasn't messaged me at all since she left yesterday. Not even this morning.
What's going on? Do you think something happened?
Hold on. I think she just pulled in the driveway.
Really? Well, she's fine then, I guess. There's no need to worry. Make sure you talk to her and see what's going on, though, because she wasn't here.
You can bet I'm going to have a little chat with her. Sorry for bringing you into this. I didn't mean to bother you.
Don't worry about it. I just hope everything's okay. I forgot to ask you. What was up with that face you made before you stormed out yesterday? Was it something to do with the fact that you made a fool of yourself in front of your family? Your face is so red. You look like a tomato. Haha. I wish I could have got a picture. Wait. Was it embarrassment or was it anger? Haha. I can't believe you made fun of my miscarriage in front of my whole family. I'll never forgive you for that. And don't think for a second that anyone else thought what you said was funny. I don't care what they think. It's time I stopped treating you like the baby and realized just how worthless a person you really are. I think I proved my point. You were so embarrassed and angry that you couldn't even think of a comeback to say. You're pathetic. I'm pathetic? Yeah, and you're too weak and cowardly to even stand up for yourself. Haha. I'm too weak and cowardly. I've heard about as much as I can stand of you. I've been biting my tongue this whole time, simply because you're my brother's wife. But if you think I'm gonna sit here and let you treat me like this any longer, you're sadly mistaken. Oh yeah? And what are you going to do about it? If you got something to say to me, then just come out and say it. Let's hear it. I've got nothing but time. I'm sitting here getting a pedicure right now. For a stay-at-home mom, you hardly ever seem to be at home with your daughter. You're always busy doing something, aren't you? Yeah, but I still make time for that little family reunion your side had. Stop complaining. Your family should be thankful I graced them with my presence. I should have just made an excuse and not have wasted my time. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. What do you mean by that? I thought they got the family all together so you could get down on your knees and apologize to everyone for having that miscarriage. You got all their hopes up and expectations up, and then you just crushed them by not blessing your family with a child. You're worthless, and I thought that'd make you apologize for it. Listen here, you little witch. You better hope I never see your ugly face again. Haha, what's this? If I ever get a hold of you, I'm gonna crush that pretty little face of yours. If you think you can say whatever you want to me and get away with it, you've got another thing coming. You have no idea who you're messing with, and I swear to you, if I ever see you, I'm going to knock out all the teeth in your mouth. You're gonna be sipping your meals through a straw. Huh? Who is this? Is this still you? Isn't it Helen? It's been so long since I've kicked the snot out of a preppy little bitch like you. I can't wait for it. Tell me which salon you're at and we'll settle this right now. Don't even bother having them finish that pedicure of yours, because I'm going to rip out all your toenails right after I knock out all your teeth. And after I do that, I'm going to make sure everyone knows your dirty little secret. If I were you, I'd run home and lock the doors. But soon, I don't think even my brother is going to try and stop me from getting you. Helen, this isn't like you at all. What's going on? I've never heard you talk like this. You're talking like some homeless street thug. Well, let's just say I've got quite the reputation around where I grew up. I've been in my fair share of fights in school, and I've put people twice your size in the hospital. I'm not scared of you one bit. Why do you think I never went to college? It was because I was expelled from every high school I ever went to. I had to get my high school diploma online because no school would let me enroll with them. I'm surprised my brother never mentioned any of that to you. I thought all those anger management classes were really helping me too. In fact, I know they were because I've been able to bite my tongue and not punch your lights out this whole time. But you not only crossed the line, you blew right past it. I'm coming for you. There's nowhere you can hide now. Wait. Just hold on. This isn't funny anymore. Stop messing around. Why are you so upset? I was just playing around. I didn't mean any of the things I said. You weren't serious about getting into fights and sending people to the hospital, were you? If you think I'm kidding, why don't you try me? And if you think I'm the only one looking for you right now, you're wrong. I've called some of my old friends. There's not a lot of places around town that do pedicures, so I'm sure we'll find you soon enough. I'm gonna make you regret every little thing you ever said to me. Helen, please. Oh my gosh! 2 rough-looking girls just pulled up on a motorcycle. They're walking around my car right now. They're not going away. They're just standing out there by my car, waiting. Those can't be. They're not the friends you're talking about, are they? What are you thinking? Are you going to have them beat me up for you? No. I was going to have them hold you there until I can come there and take care of you myself. But they're not too happy with what you said either to me. So I suggest you don't do anything to make them mad, or they might not want to wait for me to show up. Actually, I think I have another idea. Now I know where you are and that you can't run from me. I'm going to expose you for what you really are. You're going to wish you never messed with me. Helen, we're both adults. Let's not do anything rash. Violence never solves anything. And what do you mean you're going to expose me? I've never done anything to you in secret. I said that stuff about you in front of your whole family. I bet they probably hate me right now, huh? That's all the punishment I need, right? They'll never be nice to me again during any holiday or family get-together, right? There you go. I'm already exposed. Your whole family knows I said bad things about you. What more do you want? Tell me, who exactly are you getting this pedicure done for? Who are you planning on meeting tonight? I spoke to Mario today. You told him to watch his kid for the night while you go out with your friends, didn't you? But your friends aren't going to see your feet, are they? So who's this pedicure for? The last thing you need to worry about is how your feet look. You need to be more worried about what I might do to your face. Then again, this will probably work in your favor. After I mess your face up, you'll be sure to get that plastic surgery that you need so badly. What? That's just rude. I don't need any plastic surgery on my face. I'm always at beauty salons. I look damn good. Everyone says so. Stop avoiding the question. Where are you planning on going tonight? Who are these friends you say you have? I don't need to tell you. You wouldn't know them anyway. Do you think I'm stupid? You don't need to spend the night at a friend's house all the time just because you're going out drinking. Why don't you just get your husband to pick you up? It's because I don't want to bother him late at night. Plus, he'd have to wake up our daughter and bring her along when he comes to pick me up. You can't leave a young child home alone, can you? And I can't drink and drive, so that's why it's just easier if I spend the night at a friend's house. So what's the name of the friend whose house you're going to be staying at tonight? It doesn't matter. You wouldn't know them. So stop asking me all these stupid questions. Is it Andy Brandon, married, 30 years old, a software developer at TechSoul Solutions for the past 5 years, promoted to senior staff developer at the start of this year? Do I have that correct? What the? How could you know all that? His wife, Gabriella Turner, 29 years old, and Andy and Gabriella have a 3-year-old son together, don't they? I know everything you've been up to. What? You're a horrible person. How could you ever think of touching a married man with a family? Are you not ashamed of yourself? You're a married woman too. Hold on. What the heck is going on here? How could you know all that? 1 minute, you're a gangster, and the next minute you're a detective? It didn't take much effort to find that information out. All I did was phone a private detective. Maybe you should have kept your head out of your phone and talked to people at our family get-togethers. If you had, you would have known that my uncle is a pretty darn good private detective, and his son is training to take over the business. All they had to do was tail you for 1 hour, and they knew everything. Ha ha. They said it was the easiest job they'd ever done. They couldn't believe how stupid and obvious you were. Your uncle's a what? Maybe if you hadn't told my brother that you were staying at my house before, you wouldn't have been caught. But saying you're going out drinking and spending the night with the person who hates your guts gives off quite a big red flag. Don't you think? You're such an idiot. You've been caught red-handed. I even called your little boyfriend over for a visit. What? When? Now. He's coming over now. What? My boyfriend is coming over to my house? Now? Not to your house. To my house. But don't worry. Your husband's gonna be here too. I came to my senses and realized if I rearranged your face, you'd have me done for assault, or maybe worse, even a lawsuit. But telling your boyfriend that you're married and telling his wife that you've been sleeping with her husband, that puts those two against you. And by telling my brother you're cheating on him, that's a third person who will want your head. That leaves me free to sit back and watch the carnage unfold, so I don't have to worry about any consequences myself. That's cold. And I figured, if I'm not happy with the results from this for some reason, I still have the option of beating your face in afterwards. Oh my God. So let me get this straight. You're saying my husband knows about Andy and I? He'll know in just a few minutes when I tell him, and soon Andy's wife will too. Oh my God. Oh, I think Andy just pulled into the driveway. I hope he brought his wife with him. I know he was supposed to meet with you tonight, but when I told him I knew that he was cheating, he agreed to meet me right away. How about you come here too? No way! My friends are still waiting for you out front, aren't they? Yeah. So you can either drive here yourself, or I'll have them drag you here. It's your choice. I can't believe this is happening to me. What's going to happen to me now that everyone knows? I don't know, but I think it's going to start with you getting on your hands and knees, begging for everyone's forgiveness. Though I doubt you're going to get any from anyone. And then you can tell everyone the truth about what you've been doing. Or I can show everyone the video evidence my uncle collected. Again, it's your choice. I'm being pretty nice giving you all these choices, aren't I? Oh no! My phone is blowing up with text messages right now. Everyone's pretty mad at you right now. It wasn't my brother and I that hired my uncle to check up on you. It was just me. My brother is just finding out about you now, the same time Andy is. You really shouldn't have told Andy you were single. He had no idea you were married and had a kid too. This is great. I can't wait for you to get here and join the party. I can't believe this. Oh, and if you didn't know, my brother was quite the wild one too. Even worse than when we were younger. I hope he doesn't do anything to you when you get here. I'll give you 2 minutes to leave that place and start heading over here. Otherwise, I'm gonna have my friend walk in there and drag you out, kicking and screaming. Don't do that. I'm coming. I'll head straight over to your place. So please, tell your friends not to hurt me. Hey, you started this fight. I'm just the one who's ending it. I'm sorry. I'll never do anything mean to you ever again. And I'm really sorry for your loss. I shouldn't have said those terrible things about you or your baby. It's too late for an apology. Your apology means nothing to me anyways. And by the way, my brother said he's divorcing you. He said what? Hold on. You've got to be kidding me. I cheated. I admit it. But there's no reason to divorce me. Ask him if there's any way he'll forgive me. Everyone deserves a second chance, right? A second chance. Are you talking about cheating on my brother? You treating me like garbage? Or are you making fun of me and my deceased child? All three? You've been given too many chances already. 3 strikes and you're out. Even if Mario didn't care about you cheating on him with Andy, he's not forgiving you for what you said to me. I showed him the messages you sent me. It's all over for you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. What am I supposed to do now? I don't know what you're supposed to do, but I can tell you what's going to happen to you. You're going to get divorced, and you're going to get sued for compensation money. Mario is suing you for cheating, and it sounds to me like Andy's wife is planning on doing the same. Because I think you just broke up their marriage too. You better hope you don't have to pay Mario's child support on top of everything else you're gonna be paying. What? Hold on a minute here. I don't have a job. I'm a stay-at-home mom. How does anyone expect me to pay for any of this? Get a job and work it off like everyone else in the world, idiot. And to think you were making fun of me before. Huh. You're nothing without my brother. And because of this stunt, you're not going to get anything from him when he divorces you. And Andy's wife is going to chew you up and spit you out on court. They plan on suing you for every last cent they can. After that, Angelique rushed to Helen's house, half because she thought she might be able to get the situation diffused, and half because she was scared of making Helen or her friends angry. When she arrived, Angelique got down on her knees, trying to apologize to everyone for what she'd done. But no one was having any of it. Mario was firm with his decision to divorce Angelique. He even decided that he was taking full custody of their daughter, and Gabriella was firm with her decision to divorce Andy for cheating and to sue Angelique for compensation money for destroying her marriage. In the end, Angelique got nothing from Mario in the divorce. The compensation money she was forced to pay Mario for cheating on him negated anything she would have been entitled to. She was, however, forced to pay Gabriella a substantial amount of money for Gabriella's lawsuit against her. Seeing as Angelique had no money of her own, this devastated her. Because Angelique had no prior work experience, she could only get part-time jobs working in fast food places, which obviously didn't pay well. She's currently working day and night trying to earn enough money to cover her cost of living, as well as to pay off Gabriella's lawsuit against her. And to think, all this started just because Angelique wanted to torment Helen.
Hi, nice to meet you. Just to make sure, this is Gabriel, right?
Who is this?
I've got the right person, yeah? I'm glad I've reached you. I wanted to thank you for everything.
I have absolutely no idea what I might have done to earn a random thank you from a stranger. But I guess I'll say you're welcome and move on. But really, who are you?
I'm Marcus' new wife.
Huh? His new wife? He has a new wife?
I've wanted to get in contact with you for so long. Didn't I steal Marco away from you? That's why I wanted to get in contact with you. I just had to apologize for taking him from you. But Marco kept stopping me, telling me that I didn't need to bother.
Please, hold on just a second. Let me get this straight. You would be the woman Marco was cheating on me with, right?
That's right.
You're his... Oh, I see.
I think you already knew that he was having an affair. But maybe there are some parts that you didn't know. I've been seeing Marco for about a year before you guys finally got a divorce. We'd both gotten quite serious with one another. That's why he got divorced. He wants to marry me so badly.
I never knew that Marco had a mistress. This is the first time hearing of it. I didn't know anything about you.
He must have been trying to protect me from you.
Moving on. I can't imagine what reason my ex-husband's mistress could possibly have to go out of her way to reach out to me. I have nothing to say to you.
Please, don't speak so coldly to me. I just wanted to contact you so I could introduce myself and apologize for taking your husband from you. I just thought that it was a proper thing to do. Doesn't it seem like the courteous thing to do?
Even though you stayed absolutely quiet about it up until now?
I already told you that it was because Marco kept preventing me from reaching out to you. Please, understand that it was just because Marco wanted to protect me.
You were having an affair with the person I was married to. It's honestly very difficult to comprehend why you would want to talk to me at all, unless you're looking to gloat.
It all happened so suddenly. And once we started sleeping together, we just couldn't stop.
Alright, well, I accept your apology. If you'd like to financially compensate me for stealing my husband, we can keep talking.
Financially compensate you?
Yeah, that's right. If you feel so guilty about what you've done, then maybe some consolation money would rid you of that guilty conscience. I mean, you were having an affair with my husband. Don't you think I deserve a little bit of consolation?
As if! You shouldn't go around begging people for money. It's not a good look. Besides, I heard all about everything that was going on from Marco when you were getting divorced. You never saw the divorce settlement.
You and Marco decided on how everything should be split yourselves?
We don't keep secrets from each other.
No secrets? Well, that's convenient. So, you two decided to be together despite knowing everything about Marco.
Absolutely. I accepted everything, and now we're happily married. We just filed our marriage paperwork this morning. I'm thankful for your amicable divorce with Marco. It made things simpler. Finally, Marco and I can enjoy a happy life together. I hope you find happiness too, Gabriel. Thanks for everything. And I'll let you go now.
Wait, you contacted me to give condolences?
Yeah, why else? Oh, and to express my gratitude for finally letting the divorce happen so we could all move on. I mean, it was quite a long and drawn out process, wasn't it? That's why I'm thankful you let it go. Marco often calls me his angel for saving him from you.
An angel wouldn't sleep with a married man. And I have a feeling you're not really here to give condolences.
Well, maybe you caught me. LOL. I just thought it would be fun to let you know how long Marco and I have been together. Enough gloating though. Gotta go get ready for our celebratory dinner. I still need to buy a nice dress. Later!
Penelope, I apologize for contacting you when you must be so terribly busy. I really appreciate your help with the divorce proceedings the other day.
Gabrielle, nice to hear from you. I've actually just finished handling a different matter. I've just got some free time now. I mean, it was my dumb little brother that caused you so much trouble. I really couldn't forgive him personally or as a lawyer, so I was happy to help. Did you see his face when the divorce was settled? It was so refreshing to see him like that.
I was glad to have your assistance, Penelope. I know nothing about the law. So, having you make all those moves is the sole reason I was able to see that face. But I really must apologize for getting you to handle my divorce proceedings. Feel like it must have been hard to have to face your own brother in a court of law.
To be perfectly honest, I'd much rather have a little sister like you than a little brother like him. I'm glad that I was able to help you out, Gabriel.
I'm really thankful for all that you've done. By the way, I actually received a message from a person claiming to be Marco's mistress earlier today.
Really? The day after you got divorced?
She said that she just wanted to check in and express her thanks and condolences. But to be perfectly honest, all I can think is that she called me to rub it in my face.
That certainly sounds like a woman who would sleep with a married man. She must have nothing going on inside of that brain of hers.
She said that they got legally married this morning. Marco got remarried the day after yesterday.
What could my stupid little brother possibly be thinking?
I told her that if she was contacting me to apologize, she could just pay me. She told me that I shouldn't ask for any money, since I didn't even ask for alimony during the divorce. It seemed like she had complete knowledge of everything that was decided in the divorce proceedings.
Is that right? Well, because your aim was just to get divorced as quickly as possible, we never considered trying to arrange for a settlement asking for any sort of payment out of him would have just dragged everything out. I think it's better this way. You never have to see him again.
Yeah, that's true. It's all worth it to be free of him.
How about we get some dinner? Let's enjoy the success.
Yeah, let's get dinner.
Then I'll head over to your place once I leave the office. It shouldn't take me too long to get there.
Penelope, I should have just married you instead of your little brother.
Even if you had married me instead, that thing would still have happened in the end.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I mean, that was the reason I had to get divorced. Speaking of which, do you know anything about that?
I've already cut ties with my brother, so I have no idea. But that still doesn't change the fact that we're related by blood, huh? I hate that crafty, cowardly little man. I'm so thankful that you gathered up so much evidence on him, Gabrielle. Thanks to you, we were able to move through the divorce procedures at an advantage and bring that awful marriage to an end.
It was easier to keep moving forward when I just told myself that everything I was doing was to gather evidence on him. It started to get a little fun, even. Alright, I'm going to get ready to go. So I'll be waiting in the entryway at my apartment complex when you get here.
Okay, see you soon. I should be able to get over there in about 20 minutes while obeying the speed limit, of course.
See you soon. Be careful.
Gabriel, good afternoon. It's Marco's wife, Cassandra.
Do you still have some business with me?
Hey, Gabriel. I had something I wanted to ask you. How bad of a wife were you that you weren't able to live happily with such a great man? Well, I thought I'd share some of my happiness with you.
You're going to share your happiness with me? I feel perfectly refreshed thanks to finally being able to get divorced. I'm already plenty happy, so don't worry about me.
It's no trouble to be concerned about you. I have the happiness to spare over here. You don't have to be so surly. Being loved by a man is the number one joy in a woman's life, you know. He divorced you, so you must be sad. There must still just be a hole inside of your heart. That happiness you're telling yourself you feel now is just an attempt to deceive yourself of the pain that's hidden deep inside.
Please, don't pretend like you understand how I feel about anything. You shouldn't doubt somebody when they tell you they're happy.
Marco and I are having the greatest newlywed life, by the way. Every day, when he comes home from work, he stops to pick me up a little present.
He gets you a present on the way home from work?
He may never have wanted to give you any presents just because, but he's so much more in love with me, so naturally, he would stop to pick one up just for me every day. He's always telling me that he just wants to give me presents. Marco is the best. He says it's just because I love him. A couple of days ago, he bought me a brand new bag from my favorite brand. I was just so ecstatic. I just told him that I wanted to look at it on the internet on a whim, and he went and got it for me. He catches every little indication that I want something without missing a beat. I guess that's what love is, huh?
It's true. I never saw him do anything even remotely like that from the day we met, up until we get divorced.
The day after we got married, he got me a bouquet of roses.
A little trite, don't you think?
No matter what he gives me, whether it's tried or not, it's a thought that counts. Yesterday, as soon as I said I wanted to eat, he was out of the house. Before I knew it, he was back with a bunch of cake that he apparently bought at a cake shop. The two of us sat laughing as I told him I couldn't eat it all because there was just so much. Oh, it was just too delicious. I ate it all up in the end.
You really seem happy. But aren't you questioning how he could be getting you that many presents every single day? You'll run out of money.
Right? I was thinking the same thing. No matter how many times he tells me that he makes $200,000 a year, it still astonishes me that he can get me so much. But $200,000 is a lot, so there's no real issue, huh? I told him I've had enough presents though, so he doesn't have to buy me presents every day. But in exchange, we have to go on a honeymoon straight away. Or at least, that's what I'm thinking. Today, I've been looking at different honeymoon options. I even went to a travel agency.
A honeymoon?
Don't tell me that you never went on a honeymoon with David. That's just so sad. I was kind of getting the feeling that you hadn't. The reason for that is because he told me that he wished he would get to go on a honeymoon. Gabriel, did you really love Marco? I got the feeling that you never even liked him. If you had loved him, you would have done what he wanted, right? That's the normal thing to do.
There are various reasons why couples can't go on a honeymoon after they get married. There was a reason why we were unable to go on a honeymoon. We spent the money that would have been used on a honeymoon on the wedding ceremony instead of a honeymoon.
That's right. I was actually planning to have a small ceremony on the honeymoon since we didn't have to do a proper one. There are honeymoons you can plan where you can do a mock wedding ceremony. I still need to talk to Marco about it, but I'm sure he'll agree because he gives me everything I want. I've always wanted to have a wedding on a tropical island, so I'm really thrilled with the idea. If you'd like, I could mail you an invitation.
Why would I go to my ex-husband and his mistress' wedding? What would be the point of my participation in something like that?
Yeah, I guess you're right. What was I thinking? You'd probably explode with jealousy, huh?
I wouldn't explode with jealousy.
Because it's our honeymoon. We won't actually be having any guests. The wedding will be just the two of us. Sorry that I tried to mislead you. Even if I wanted you to come, I wouldn't be able to invite you. I wanted to share our happiness with you at the very least. So I'll make sure to take lots of pictures. I'll send them to you once we get back, okay?
That's fine. Don't bother. I divorced Marco. I have no attachment to him anymore. Go ahead and do whatever you'd like with him. I don't care.
Thank you for doing that for me.
Haven't you heard the reason we got divorced?
Huh? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Of course. I know why you got divorced. Isn't it because you found out about our affair? Didn't Marco divorce you so that he could get married to me?
That's wrong. You thought it was because of that? I didn't even know he was sleeping with another woman.
I'm wrong? If it wasn't that, then what was it?
The biggest reason that I got divorced from Marco is because of all his debts.
His debts?
He has $2,000 in debt. There is one big reason for that.
He has $200,000 in debt? Wait just a second. Isn't that what his yearly salary is? Why does he have that much debt?
Oh, he doesn't have any sort of yearly salary. What do you mean by that? I mean, exactly what I said. He doesn't have a job right now, so he has no income.
Wait, hold on a second. He said that he was working at a large tech company.
He definitely was once working at a large tech company. We met there. Originally, what we had together was a workplace romance. After meeting at the same tech company, we got married. After we got married, he quit his job so that he could go independent.
Go independent? He quit his job. He told me he was the president of his company, though.
Yes, he did form his own company. But he's also the only employee and that company makes no profit. Things didn't go well, and he had a lot of setbacks. I supported him with what he wanted to do, but at a certain point, that wasn't enough. Financially speaking, there was no problem with him not having an income, but that's when things got worse.
Wait, so what happened? He didn't go back and look for a new job, did he?
No, he did go to some interviews looking for a new job, but he gave up after failing 2 interviews. I think the experience might have broken his spirit.
Then what is he doing now for work? Where does he go off to every morning? You know, don't you?
He's probably just playing slots every day. He used to tell me he was going to work when in actuality, he was just going to the casino.
He's going gambling? That doesn't work. Isn't that just goofing around? Wait, What about the presents? Where is he getting the money?
I thought I told you already. Weren't you paying attention? I told you that he has $200,000 in debt.
You've got to be lying. Are you really going to tell me that he took out a loan that large just to live off of?
Well, when you're not able to find work, your debt just gets bigger and bigger. I'm sure the house will be foreclosed on before long. He finally came out to me about all the money he'd borrowed and the debt that naturally accrued. That's when I learned about all of his debt. I decided at the moment to get a divorce and made my request. But he absolutely refused to get divorced no matter what. He was being absolutely unreasonable. That's when our long, protracted divorce proceedings began.
The fact that I was having an affair with your husband wasn't the reason that the divorce process was so protracted. The real reason it was so protracted is because he was being absolutely unreasonable about his desire to not get divorced. He's really the reason that it took so long for you guys to get divorced.
Yeah, he didn't want to lose his wife, who was making $200,000 a year. Even if he took out a bunch of loans, he was just doing so to ensure that he could maintain his lifestyle. But in the midst of his stalling tactics, he disclosed to me that he was having an affair. He told me that he'd only get divorced if I guaranteed that I wouldn't pursue him over the infidelity. It seemed to be his final trump card in his vain attempt to prevent our divorce. But I was more than satisfied with that condition, so the divorce was settled immediately after.
Then, he didn't get divorced for me? He was just using me to delay your impending divorce.
But I was aiming to get divorced as fast as possible, so his condition didn't do him any good. I could just accept it on the spot and the divorce could be finalized. His ploy blew up in his face, huh? I guess with that, he decided on a backup plan of getting married to you. He probably thought he could take out a new loan and start a brand new life elsewhere. I don't understand his baffling train of thought, but that is the sort of way he thinks.
I didn't know anything about that.
But you're incredible, Cassandra. You've accepted all of his flaws and married him.
I didn't. I knew nothing about his debt.
He is probably going to take you on that honeymoon with the money he borrowed. That wedding you were talking about on the tropical beach somewhere is also probably going to be paid for from the same source. But you should have lots of fun. You don't need to share your happiness with me, though. You can just enjoy it all by yourself. I don't mind. Oh, by the way, I got a call from one of the Marcos moneylenders the other day. I was happy to inform him that I had nothing to do with it anymore. I gave them your number, though.
Why would you do that? Doing that will hurt me, you know.
But you're his wife? It makes much more sense for them to talk to you instead of me, don't you think? Actually, I realized that we were still paying off Marcus' car as well. I have been making the payments on it since we were married, but it is Marcus' property. I'm going to have a call with my lawyer in a little bit, so just to make sure the lease gets transferred over properly. This kind of thing is all Greek to me, but my lawyer is quite good. There's also his phone bill, Xbox subscription, video subscriptions, and all that. Hopefully, it should all get transferred over soon.
Now, just hold on. You can't do that. I quit my job because I thought I was going to be marrying a man who was making $200,000 a year.
I wasn't aware of that. Oh, I'm getting a call from my lawyer now, so I've gotta go. I'll remain in contact so we can make sure everything gets transferred over correctly. Oh, before I forget, it would probably be best for you to try and be polite with my lawyer when you talk with her. She's actually Marcus' big sister.
Marcus' sister is a lawyer?
Well, they don't really get along. They're kind of like water and oil. So there's no way she's going to help you out, though. Naturally, if you've married her little brother, she's become her sister-in-law. But given her relationship with her little brother, that doesn't really say much. Anyhow, you should probably get in contact with her so you can cooperate with getting everything set up right. What was it that you said before? Oh, right. It's the proper thing to do. Alright. Well, I'll be going now.
Gabriel, I'm in a desperate situation. I need you to help me. Can you ask Penelope to be my lawyer?
What happened?
I want a divorce, and I want Penelope to be my divorce lawyer.
She won't do that. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
I can't afford one. I've already lost all my savings.
You lost it? Where did you lose it?
You know what I mean. When I married Marco, he suggested combining our assets as husband and wife. He withdrew all my savings to pay up some of his debt, claiming it was for our honeymoon.
Well, that's a disaster. Seems like you've made quite a mistake.
You shouldn't act like this has nothing to do with you. You've cursed me with this ill fortune. If you hadn't divorced him, this wouldn't have happened to me. It's all your fault. Get Penelope to help me get my money back.
I refuse. You took him on. You married him, hardly knowing anything about him. So you deserve whatever you get for making such a foolish decision, including you know who, huh?
What do you mean? Is there someone else involved? Aren't you saying there's something worse than his debt?
Oh, it seems you don't know. I'm talking about his mother, your new mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law? What about her?
Could it be you still haven't met her? It's okay. I'm sure she'll be by before long to say hello. But you might want to prepare yourself.
Prepare myself? Prepare myself for what? Are you trying to tell me that there's something worse than all the debt Marco has?
It's the real reason why he has all the debt in the first place.
What are you talking about? Be more specific.
Isn't there no way he'd need to have $200,000 in debt, given my salary, just to cover our living expenses and money for him to gamble with? He sends money to her all the time to support her. He sends her $3,000 a month.
He sends $3,000 a month to his mother?
His mother asked him to send it. So, given his personality, he couldn't refuse. She told him that he had to send her money if he wasn't going to let her live with him.
Why should he have to pay her if he isn't going to let her live with him?
If he stops sending her money, she's just going to move herself in. Oh, there are some things you didn't know. The reason we couldn't go on a honeymoon is that my former mother-in-law insisted upon the wedding being held locally, and she added various elements to the plans without consulting us. Many options were changed, and the cost of the trip fell on us to cover, even though we'd already reserved a nice hotel for our honeymoon. We weren't able to use it because his mother insisted she should be the one to use it. The only thing I can remember from my honeymoon is being a chauffeur for my former mother-in-law.
You're lying, right? Please, tell me you're lying. Marco, in addition to having a mountain of debt, has such a horrendous family? That can't be true, right?
The problems with my former mother-in-law didn't stop with just the wedding. Marco's relationship with his mother never changed. I considered getting a divorce for a long time, but I didn't have a lawyer, so I didn't really know how to proceed. When Marco's sister reached out to me, it was such a relief. She told me that she would advocate for me and release me from my torment. She was like an angel sent from heaven.
Are you telling me that I've been sent to hell? I'm begging you, Gabriel. Please, save me from this. I can't endure it. I'll do anything. I'm very good at housework. I'll do all your housework if you just save me from Marco and his parents. Please, you can't leave me to this fate.
It's not good to push your problems onto others. I don't need to help you.
This isn't the happy life I want. It isn't what I signed up for. The only thing that awaits me is a miserable newlywed life. That's not what married life should be. Speaking of which, when we were considering our honeymoon plans, Marcus said that he just wanted to invite his parents. Could he really intend on just repeating the same horrific experience that you were forced to go through?
I'd say the possibility is quite high. Well, It has nothing to do with me anymore, so I don't care. I'm in the process of buying a condo near work, so I've got to get going.
You're buying a condo? Don't you work downtown?
Yeah, my yearly income is $200,000 after all. Same as what Marco claimed he was to you, right? I've separated from my dead adult husband so I can finally get approved for loans again. I thought now would be a good chance to buy my very own condo.
Wait, please. I beg you. I'll do anything. I'm very good at housework. I'll do all your housework if you just save me from this. It's unbearable. Please, just hide me away in that condo that you're buying. I can be a live-in housekeeper or something. Please.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but I don't have it in me to get along with my ex-husband's mistress. This is the path you've chosen for yourself. It's up to you to find a way out of it. Please don't involve me in your problems. Well, time for me to get going. Please speak to my lawyer if you need anything else.
I'm on my hands and knees here. You've got to help me. I don't want to be cast down into this hell.
In the end, Cassandra filed for divorce. But as to be expected from Marco, he refused to sign any of the necessary paperwork for the divorce to go through. I heard that she got rehired at the company. She quit after getting married so that she could at least afford their living expenses. She started to secretly save away some money for the long divorce proceedings, while her husband tried to use her earnings to pay off more debt. It sounds like the life she ended up with is far from what one would call happiness. My ex-husband's debts increased and he felt the weight of all his bad decisions begin to crush him. I heard from Penelope that he started calling her up, sobbing to lend him money so that he could pay off his debts. After she refused, he started begging for a job. Penelope just rejected his requests. However, apparently, his parents are now living in squalor because he is no longer able to send them money every month.